So, we are currently engaged in the pursuit of the Tufted Titmouse. Yesterday, while on a walk, my second daughter and I came across a cavity that is chock full of titmice. The Tufted Titmouse is a year-round resident bird for Central Florida, and we found this nest just by accident. They are cavity nesters. They use secondary woodpecker nests. This appears to be like a red-bellied woodpecker nest last year, and now it is a titmouse nest this year. So, time to go see what's up with it. Up here in this tree is a Carolina chickadee. If you listen closely, you might be able to find them. I got them in my binoculars. See if I can get you there as well. Let's see. Don't see him anymore. Let's see. Anyway, lots of bird activity out this morning. Lots of breeding birds. The Carolina chickadee I just saw up there was feeding on some sort of insect. It looked like maybe it was collecting insects for a nest. So, ooh. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, there he is, Carolina chickadee. Let's see if I can do this here. All right, he's in the center of my screen. Yep, and he is just kind of flitting around there, doing his chickadee thing. Chickadees and titmice are in the same family, and used to be in the same genus, but they've since taxonomists have split them apart. And it's interesting birds. They're called parrots. They're members of the family Parrotidae. Very clever, very smart. Love coming to bird feeders and eating sunflower seeds. One of the reasons why you should always put single variety things in a bird feeder is because chickadees and titmice, cardinals too, will scoop the seed out that they don't want to get after the one seed that they will. So all that millet that you put in your bird feeder winds up on the ground where mice get it or other rodents. And birds don't really eat it then, except for a few. Ooh, hear that? That sounds like a brown thrasher. Let's go see what we can find. Nope, there's the other mimic. Other member of the family Mimidae that breeds locally, a northern mockingbird. Up there on top. Let's go find our bird though. We're after the Tufted Titmouse. We're not after these mockingbirds. And in the state of Florida, birds are well into their breeding cycle. The residents are. We've got swallowtail. It's all it all comes together pretty quickly in the spring for Florida, to the point where by the time migration starts or is at its peak for other places, we've got young that are already fledged. And then June winds up being a very, very quiet month. Got a blue jay hopping around over there. So, ooh. He's thrashing. Standing up. Very, very classically southern bird. A better song, I think, than a mockingbird. Whereas a mockingbird tends to be loud and annoying. A brown thrasher tends to be refined, never repeating his song, except for the duetted couple. They're like, oh, plop, 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 plop. But turns out brown thrashers are better mimics, more prolific. Mockingbirds get good at mimicking a few things. This tree right here, on this branch, on this bottom branch that's low, this is where the nest is. I can see the hole where the nest is right there. See if I can get the camera through the binoculars. Right there. That's where the titmice are. That's where they were yesterday. You saw an adult go into the hole and feed some young. We heard the young. Let's go see if there's any adults in there or young. I hear them. Oh, that's just a little bit out of my reach. Oh, phew. It's just a little bit out of my reach. Let's see what we got. Well, I don't know if I got anything, but that was them. It's important to remember to have trees like this in your neighborhood. This very mature oak tree can be annoying during hurricane time, but it's also what birds like tufted titmice and great crested flycatchers and great horned owls and other birds need for food and nests. It's important to have that stuff in your life, you know? Have a little nature. Anyway, let's see what what else is going on in the neighborhood here. Oh, there's a black and white warbler on this tree trunk right here. Stop briefly to record the brown thrasher, and this black and white warbler just showed up. As they do, doing their thing. Where'd he go? Psst, psst, psst. Where'd he go? He's on top of this tree limb. And then he's on the tree trunk, on the tree limb. There he is. Oh no. What is that? Oh, that's a parula. And a prairie warbler. I'm telling you, man, oak trees are where it's at. All of these little birds are up in here. See if I can get this parula on there. Now, what's this guy? Parula on this tababuya tree. Let's see where to go. I just flew. There it is, right there. Very fascinating. Great little spot these trees are. See what else they got here. I'm gonna turn this off. This is a male black and white warbler. He is absolutely gorgeous. Little gentle pitching. Oh, there's all sorts of things up there right now. Oh gosh. Little black and white warbler, male. Brown thrasher calling in the background there. Such a cool little bird. See how he's creeping along the trunk? That's what they do. That's just how they live. Live on the trunk. Fake little woodpeckers. There's a brown thrasher on the ground over there. You just saw him pick up a bug. This is the closest I think I've ever been to one of these. You get some good bugs, buddy? So cool. I'm just gonna let him have a good day. Oh man, I know he made mine. You know, birding is good for the heart, I think. Good for your mind, good for your soul too. Accesses parts of your brain, helps you to exercise your physical ability to pay attention to the world, pay attention to things around you. Helps you to understand that you can exist in the face of forces that seek to overwhelm you. Love what Jesus said. He said, consider the birds, sparrow, not one falls without his heavenly Father knowing about it. It's crazy to think about. God knows everything about every one of these little birds. And he keeps it all together. You gotta pick through all these sort of different things like, is it a mockingbird or is it a thrasher? Is it male or is it female? Female birds are fascinating in their own right. You ever looked at a female red-winged blackbird? Pretty crazy thing. One of the most beautiful birds. But its beauty is understated, it's muted. The males are glossy and black and showy, got those red epaulets on their shoulders. They get all the press. The females are subtly camouflaged and perfectly blended with their environment. And you got birds like this white ibis over here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see him. There he is, white ibis. A couple of them and a squirrel near where the titmouse nest is. But that white ibis right there is like the F-18 of the bird world. Highly maneuverable, faster than he looks, ugly, all get out. Birds are fascinating creatures that provide me and others with enjoyment, appreciation, mindfulness, and I hope you get some of that too, because it's important to be connected to the world around you, pay attention to things, and to learn. You and that titmouse has got a lesson to teach. Hear him? Taking care of its young, doing its job. But that's enough for now.